AI Tom. You ask, he answers. Here's AI Tom.
Hi, this is episode 7 of Ask AI Tom. Today we have 3 questions. First off, Thurston Savage III says, can you show us all the effects pedals you have at Gorilla Claw Studio? Sure, let's get to it. These are the first 4 pedals I ever bought. I bought them brand new, not used. I got the Crybaby in 1978, the MXR Distortion Plus in 1979, the MXR Phase 45 in 1980, and the Boss DM3 Delay in 1985. It has a green label and is made in Japan. I still have the boxes for the Phase 45 and the DM3. Here are 6 Boss pedals. The Flanger has a black label and is made in Japan. Got it at a pawn shop for around $10. That was before all the internet stores took off. The Chorus pedal has a green label and is made in Taiwan, another cheap pawn shop purchase that I made a long time ago. The Octave pedal has a silver label, made in Taiwan, flea market find, think I paid $8 for it. The Fuzz pedal has a silver label, made in Taiwan, cheap pawn shop buy. The 2 DS1s I got at the flea market for $5 each. The one on the right has a black label, the one on the left has a silver label. Both made in Taiwan. Here's 3 MXR pedals. I use the Dynacomp a lot. Bought it brand new quite a while ago. I typically use the microamp with the Fender Champ amp. Just helps it break up nicely. And finally, the MXR Carbon Copy Delay. I bought this brand new when they first came out. I think that was in 2008. Correct me if I'm wrong. Sounds good, but not near as good as the Boss DM3. And here's 3 Danelectro pedals, the BLT Slap Echo, the Dan Echo, and the Pastrami Overdrive. I bought the BLT brand new and picked up the Dan Echo and the Overdrive pedal in a bulk deal out at the flea market. Don't remember what I paid, but it wasn't much. Here are 2 more wah pedals, both purchased at the flea market. The Carvin Vintage wah is just so-so, nothing really special about it. However, the Color Sound wah-wah is from the mid-1970s and sounds amazing, a very sought-after pedal. A friend of mine picked it up at the flea market for $10, then he gave it to me. So I gave him the David Bowie album titled Let's Talk. It was a promo copy that I picked up at the flea market for $2. And 3 more flea market pedals. The Fender Starcaster I got for $10. Refer to episode 2 for more info on it. The Joyo Voodoo Octave is okay, but I can get a better Hendrix sound by using my Boss Fuzz and Boss Octave pedal. I paid $2 for this Lion by Washburn distortion pedal. What a cheapie, but it sounds really good. It's one of my favorites. Not an effects pedal, but pretty cool. I paid $1 for it. It's from the mid-1970s. You take the output of your acoustic guitar pickup into this, then you can go to an amp, or you can come out of the low Z output to a mixing board. Jimmy Page used a Barkus Berry preamp similar to this way back in the day. I think I paid $5 for this monster. Someone made it. It's 2 channels of very different sounding overdrive. It sounds amazing. Whoever made it really knew what they were doing. And finally, this thing made by MXR. I paid $1 for it. But what the hell does it do? Check it out. An input with no output, or maybe an output with no input. Shit, you got me. If anyone out there knows what this is, please leave a comment. Question 2 comes from Lois Cameltoe. She wants us to show all the microphones we use at Gorilla Claw Studio. Here we go. We covered the microphones that we use on the drum set in episode 6, so go check that one out. This is the first good microphone that I owned. Bought it from Blakely Pro Audio back in 1980 when Mike Argianis and I were in the band Shock. It's an Electro Voice PL5. I used to use it to mic my guitar amp when we played live. I still use it now and then in the studio. This is a CAD Ecotech E100 large diaphragm condenser mic. I love to use this on guitar amps. Here's a CAD Ecotech E200. It's a multi-pattern large diaphragm condenser mic. I use this mainly on vocals and acoustic guitars. I have a bunch of Shure SM57s. Besides just using them on drums, sometimes I'll use them on guitar amps or even for vocals. This is a pair of CAD CM17 condenser mics. I can use these as drum overheads or on acoustic guitars. Here's an AKG D770. Got it at the flea market for cheap. Works good for screaming vocals. Another cheap flea market buy, an Audix F10. This works good on percussion instruments. Now we're getting into some oddball stuff. This is an Akai UM101 unidirectional dynamic microphone. Sometimes you just want to screw with sounds, try something different, have some fun. This thing's great. This is a Sony 1-point ECM 990 stereo mic. Again, just something to mess with the sound. Another flea market buy. I found this in my dad's garage when we were cleaning it out after he passed away. It still works, kinda, but I'm afraid to use it because it might burn my studio down. We'll see. The manufacturer is Brush, probably from the 1940s? Next, Elvis Full Court Presley asks, is a question just a rhetorical statement? Well, Elvis, only if it's a rhetorical question which is asked in order to produce an effect or to make a statement rather than to elicit information. That's it for this episode, and just to let you know, episode 8 will be the last Ask AI Tom, so be sure to tune in. Goodbye! Ask AI Tom is a Grillcloth Records